I am done with this. I am not going to try and be alcohol free. I'm so tired of trying and failing. I'm not going to put myself through this anymore. It's too hard, so I'm just going to quit trying to quit. Have you ever said that? If you have, you are not alone. It tends to happen when you've been trying hard not to drink, but it's just not working out. Maybe you've had a couple of slips and you feel so awful afterwards that the effort of starting over just seems too much. So you decide that you're just going to stop trying. You're just going to delete those annoying emails from that woman at the sober school without even opening them. Yeah, I see you. I know when you do that. When you make the decision to stop trying to change, you get some relief. That's what's so tempting about it. You get some relief from the effort of trying. You get relief from the scariness of all the unknowns and the hardness of doing something new and different. And instead, you get the comfort of being back in your comfort zone, back with what is so familiar. But here's what you've got to remember. You only get that relief for a very short amount of time. After a while, and it might be a few days or it could just be a few hours, all those other thoughts come back. You know, the ones that had you taking action in the first place. The thoughts about how much you hate this, how terrible you feel hungover, how you're tired of being in this cycle, you're worried about the impact of your drinking on your health, you're scared that nothing's ever going to change, you're letting people down and you don't want to carry on like this. So the relief you get from deciding that you're not going to try anymore is actually incredibly short-lived. The short-term comfort of saying yes to that urge to drink comes with this long-term discomfort of feeling bad and all the other unpleasant stuff that's led to you being here. It's a package deal. So there are 3 things that I want to say about this. First of all, are you willing to choose short-term discomfort in return for some long-term comfort? I know you do this in other areas of life. I know you do. You push yourself to pass exams, get promoted, win that race, be there for that person. In those scenarios, you choose short-term discomfort because you know that the long-term gains are going to be worth it. And it's exactly the same with alcohol. Second, remember that it won't be this hard forever. So I think one of the reasons that you're willing to choose short-term discomfort in those other areas of life I just mentioned is because you know it's a passing phase. So when you're learning to drive, yeah, it's overwhelming and it can be hard at first, but you know that you're not going to struggle with it forever. Because every single day you see other people out on the road and they're driving and they're doing it without thinking. They're not still like whispering to themselves, mirror, signal, maneuver. Like they've got it. In other areas of life, the short-term discomfort seems tolerable because you believe it's short-term. And my suspicion is that with sobriety, part of you fears it's going to be hard forever. And that you will always feel deprived and you will always feel miserable and it will always require effort. And in that case, it makes sense that you don't want to bother. So I'm here to remind you that it doesn't have to be like that. Drinking is just a learned coping mechanism and a pattern of behaviour that can be unlearned. You don't have a disease, you don't have an addictive personality. That's nonsense. So you are not going to be locked into a lifelong battle here. You can become a happy non-drinker if you reprogram your brain and you learn how to approach alcohol-free living the right way. And hey, that's what I can help you with at the Sober School. That is the work we do inside my Getting Unstuck coaching program. Alcohol-free living is great and it's easy once you get going with it the right way and you stop relying on nothing but willpower to get you through. My final point is this. Make sure you get excited about alcohol-free living. Romanticize it. Because one of the reasons that it's easy to push yourself at work or in that race is because part of you is already excited about what you're going to get. You know, you study for exams because you're already sold on the idea of getting a degree. You stick with your driving lessons because you've seen other people driving and you want to be able to do that too. You were probably brought up thinking that driving is a good idea. Driving is a right, it's a freedom. So that all pushes you forward. But with sobriety, we don't have that inbuilt conditioning around it. So give your brain something useful to think about and start building up a picture of why this is all going to be worth it. Start getting excited about the benefits. Check out my success stories. Go do that next and listen to women talking about what their life is like now. Actively work on building up that picture of everything that's waiting for you. So those are my 3 quick tips. Choose short-term discomfort for long-term comfort. Remember that it won't be this hard forever, and get excited about alcohol-free living. Romanticize it. I hope that helps you overcome the urge to give up, because sticking with sobriety might just be one of the best decisions you ever make. So keep going.